Hi, this is Lisa Hazard with We're All Psychic. I went to Muscle Shoals last week and met Porsha Pride. She's a local musician. And I asked her if we're all psychic, and we talked about a lot of cool stuff. So I hope you enjoy the interview. But also, we did have a little audio problem, but hey, that's what we're all about, problems. Gotta solve them. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
This is Lisa Hazard with my podcast. We are all psychic, and today I have Porsha Pride, local musician and songwriter, who has opened a studio in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Hello, Porsha. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Lisa. How about you?
I am great, and I hear it's your mother's birthday.
Yes, it is. We just had a little party
Oh,
for her.
really? So
Yeah.
excited, and I'm sorry I'm late.
Yeah, we had a grand old time.
So, Porsha, do you think we're all psychic?
Yes, Lisa, I do believe that we are all psychic. I believe we all have psychic abilities to a certain extent. That little voice in our head that tells us what to do or to say, how to say it, when to say it. Our intuition, of course. I can have a conversation with someone sometimes and know exactly what they're going to say before they say it. I think everyone is in tune with their own intuition and, in a way. So, yeah, I do believe we're all psychic.
I really like that answer, and I totally agree. So, one of the reasons I'm so excited to have you with me today is because I'm also a musician, or I was when I was younger, and I believe that we put a lot of our energy into our art, especially
I
music.
believe, I agree. I agree.
So, what do you think about putting energy into music personally?
um, Music has the ability to alter the way that we feel. It affects us physically, mentally, emotionally. For me, music helps calm me down and it helps me relax. No matter what I go through in life, I could always fall back or rely on my music or other music, with artists that I grew up listening to, people that I admire. Sometimes music brings tears to my eyes. Sometimes it motivates me to go even harder, to reminisce, or just to remember, old memories. That's the power of music. It helps me laugh, cry, smile, mellow out, dance. Music is my world.
Now, do you know about the terms empath and empathy, like how they relate to each other, and a person who feels empathy as an empath in particular?
I've never thought of it that way.
All right, so let's say you're singing a song and you generate inside you this feeling and you want to express it to the audience. Do you feel like you transfer what you're singing and feeling through your voice or through your music that you're performing or putting on a recording?
Yes, of course.
Excellent. So tell me about your background in music.
Yeah. Well, I've always had a love for music. I sing R&B, and I've recently started rapping a little because all of my friends are rappers.
Hmm.
I'm just getting started on my music personally, but I've always been around the music industry. My best friend, JP, aka Psycho Black, he has his own music label in Atlanta. It's called Authentic Empire. And a good friend of mine, Takari Hatch, who is Lil Boosie's brother and manager, um, they have very successful artists that are trending right now. They have a label called Badass Entertainment, excuse my language. But I've learned a lot from them, going to shows with them, video shoots, or just hanging out at their crib. And my friend Smoke, who also plays a huge role in Badass Entertainment, he's kind of branched off to do his own thing, road management for LA Force out of St. Louis. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but I feel like I have no choice but to do music. But
Sounds like you know some pretty awesome people, and I'd like to meet them. So when you're writing something or like going back to feeling something like a psychic energy when you're listening to music even, what do you think the source of that is? What are your ideas about that? Where it comes from? I mean, how does it transfer to one person to another? So expand on your ideas of energy and music, like your personalities maybe if it had a music note associated with it or a chord associated with it, or like if or a lyric associated with it, and you were to take it and perform it or record it onto a tape, would you feel like a part of you is preserved, like we were saying about being remembered?
Yes.
Would that be like something you could call like an energy signature, that you would always be known and people could feel who you were in that recording or remember that performance, remember how they felt, and it would be from you? That's where the psychic comes in. It's a little complicated. We need more words. About music writing, recording, and performing, what do you think the differences are for you in both energetic and practical terms?
I write and I record, but when it comes to performing, I've never performed yet. That's one of them things that I'm kind of on the back burner about. I'm kind of nervous about that. I'm very open to other writers, though. You know, um, I like to write, but sometimes I get what's the word?
Intimidated or
No, not intimidated. I'm so nervous. I forgot the word.
flustered?
Writer's block.
Tell me about your music, about the differences between writing, recording, and performing.
I write and record music. I'm also very open to other writers' music, as far as like ghost writers. Two lines are better than one. A room full of talented writers will get you that Beyonce or Cardi B hit. I've never performed. I'm a little shy, but I'm working on myself to get to that point. But I believe that it's a huge difference. But I feel like once I get out there on that stage and I feel that vibe and the audience feel my vibe, it'll just be natural.
That's awesome. That's like what makes me want to know where your ideas come from, like for all your songs and lyrics.
My ideas for songs come from my emotions and my experiences. Just everything that I've went through. Also, my intuition. I'm a '90s baby. '90s music was phenomenal. I love recording remakes of old music. That's the vibe that I want to produce in my music. Somebody needs to bring back '90s music.
I love it. That's awesome. So, do you think that we project energy into an actual recording, or when we're performing, do you think other people are feeling what we could call our energy?
Yes, of course.
How so?
Well, I have to, listen to the beat when I'm recording. I have to put the beat on replay. I have to get the vibe, and I just write to my music that way. I have to feel the beat. I have to believe my words, believe my lyrics. I have to be in a comfortable setting, and the equipment, it plays a huge role in it too. I project my energy into a recording when I live those lyrics. I believe I will project that same energy when I'm performing live too.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see you play live. What are your thoughts on energy in music exactly? Like all together, like sum it up.
Well, energy, I believe it needs to be released in music or in a recording. Whether it's good energy or bad energy, you can't just go into the booth and read aloud your lyrics. It don't work that way. You have to put your mind, body, and your soul into the music. If people can't see your energy, your heartbreak, your emotions, your pain, or your happiness that you put into that track, then people won't be able to relate or listen to your music. I mean, it's just words without actions then.
That's a really good answer, and I would just love it if you might just sing a little bit for us. Maybe just a little ditty, anything you want.
Okay, well, Lisa, I might just sing you a clip later.
All right. We'll let you get away with that. So, so you do think we're all psychic, right?
Yes, I believe that we are all psychic. We all have psychic energy. That key word, energy.
I hope you enjoyed my interview with Porsha. I sure did. She's a wonderful, awesome person. And don't go away too soon, because we talked a little bit afterward, and she did end up putting the microphone back on, one of the ones that was left working. And this is for you.
I just wanna ride the boat like a Leah, slow motion, back and forth to the sound of that ocean. Now I'm grinding on her like a pro, like a vixen. He like it when I chop it up and screw it, chop it up and screw it.